One interesting thing about, I think, owning a small business is that there's a lot of things that you do a lot and learn about a lot, but then there are a lot of things that are like very consequential that you do like once or on occasion. I've always like reached out to the Tennessee Small Business Development Council. It's been super helpful. They've helped me with leases, they've helped me with business plans, they've helped me secure financing to actually do all of this. I couldn't have done that without like some of the connections that I got from them. I moved to Chattanooga in 2014 and ended up finding this job, and we had a little 35 student center, and it's transformed into something in 2 time zones with 300 kids and 1,500 hours of math lessons a week that we're teaching. With Mathnasium, we talk a lot about the idea of like teaching kids in a way that makes sense to them. And I think that's hugely important for mathematics, where like there's this kind of logical progression of skills you need to learn to unlock more skills. Kids who fall behind in particular, it's tough to catch up without figuring out what those gaps are and addressing those. And I think that's where we really come in to provide these assessments to determine what those skills are and a plan to help kids. As a small business owner in the community, I've been heartened by how generous and kind some of our customers have been as we've like navigated this situation. And that's really opened my eyes up to how important that idea of keeping it local is. We have a local accountant. We have a couple of electronic stores that I'm pretty sure we could keep in business all by ourselves these days. I think that in education, a social component has to be part of what you do. So, in the past, we've always done tons of like free math nights and events at schools and in the community. We had a lot of fun. We had donated some memberships to Orchard Knob Middle students this summer. So trying to find ways to connect with more people in the community and find more ways to make this accessible. There's obviously a lot of kids that could use what we have to offer. In the business that we're in, we're always trying to connect with people. Mark Watlington, the director of my Hickson location, he's just finished up a 2-year stint as the education liaison for the Hickson Council of the Chamber of Commerce. In terms of where would we be in 5 years, I feel like I'm a very bad estimator at these types of things, because I certainly wouldn't have predicted that this is where we're at 5 years ago when I started. What's cool to me is that as we have 3 Mathnasiums, we've got a considerable number of employees, people who have lots of ideas for how we can expand this and serve more students. My personal vision has always been to grow this bigger, really serve more and more kids in Tennessee. We expanded to Nashville recently, and that's gone great. And now with Mathnasium at Home, literally in a weekend of brainstorming with my team, we had put together like a viable online program. It's neat to think about a more nimble business, but that can serve more students as well. In 5 years, I think it's reasonable to think we could be serving 700 to 800 students around Tennessee. That's almost a small elementary school at that point that we'd be helping. It was obviously a scary time in March because we had only ever served students in center. I decided to close all 3 of our Mathnasiums. I never would have predicted that we're here now, where we taught 15,000 math lessons online in the past 5 months, and we had taught 0 in the past 5 years before that. If we win this, we're going to use it for computers. Each workstation that we have costs about $1,500. It's a thing that we really need more of. Like all of my centers need an additional 2 workstations. Those are things that if we were to win this, it would just make my employees' jobs a little bit more pleasant to do at a time when everyone's jobs are quite hard to do. Every workstation that we have allows us to teach about 20 kids a night, and we've been able to get by with what we have. But as we're rebuilding here now, it becomes more urgent that we need more instructors and we need more spaces for them to be able to work in the centers. If we were to win that grand prize, those 6 stations would allow us to add 25 or 30% to our current business that we're doing now. As I said, it was scary in March, and in April and May was definitely kind of like the depths that we've kind of clawed our way out of there, which I think is really a testament to the business model that we had and the one that we now have, which I think is even better, frankly. What this grant allows us to do frees us up to think about other opportunities that we may have to partner with more schools and find more students.